Hey, welcome. Glad to have you here. I want to start this off today by sharing a few little experiences with you. First one is I recently got a call from my son. He was calling from school. He says, Dad, so sorry. We've got an assembly today and I'm going to get an award at it. And I was hoping you would be able to be here, but I forgot to tell you about it. Is there any way you can make it? I said, yeah, let me see what I can do. When is it? He says, it's actually in about 15 minutes. I was able to drop everything and I was there for that assembly. Another example that I like to share is my daughter was a great basketball player in high school, and I had the opportunity to choose to be her basketball coach throughout her high school career. I was able to spend so much time with her on personal coaching, on team coaching, and have that experience, and it was really invaluable. And then another experience that just happened this morning was my wife was sitting in the office here with me, and we were talking about my son and his wife that they've recently moved to Sun Valley, Idaho. And she says, I'd like to go visit them. And so we looked at the calendar and said, let's go next week. Let's drop everything and just head to Idaho for a while. The reason I share those stories with you is because that's something that I value a lot is the ability to make choices. I have the ability to choose when I do, what I do, who I do it with. That's something I truly value. Now, Brian Carruthers is someone I look at as a mentor that he tells a story that I really think hits the point. He says, if you are the very best at what you do, the Michael Jordan of your job, in 20 years from now, are you going to be able to retire for the dream life that you desire? Are you going to be able to do everything that you've ever dreamed about? Most people, the answer is no. And what he talks about then is, why do we put so much time and focus into something that we know isn't going to give us that dream life that we want? Give us the time freedom, financial freedom, anything that we really desire. Maybe you love your job. Maybe it is a great job. But if it's not going to do that for you, how can you create that? And that's when he talks about everybody needs to be an entrepreneur. Not saying go quit your job. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But that's not what we're saying here. But how can you create passive income that will eventually create that time freedom and that future life that you really desire? And that's what I want to talk about today. So before we get into that, let me just tell you a little bit more about my story. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Jeff Hagee. I've been an entrepreneur all my life. I've had an opportunity to run a number of different businesses. The biggest one that I had, I started in 2005. It was in the real estate home building industry. It was a manufacturing company. We expanded. We started having our own retail stores. We had a factory started in 2005 in Canada, opened a second factory in 2006 in Utah, and it was an incredible business, something that I really loved. I loved what we did. I loved the people that worked with us. I loved everything about it. We went through a lot of up and downs in the real estate industry, but we did some incredible things. Unfortunately, when the pandemic hit, there was a lot of things that we faced that we couldn't get through. We had a lot of unforeseen circumstances, whatever you want to call it, but we ended up after 16 years shutting that business down. That was the hardest time of my life, both personally, financially, emotionally. It was hard. It was something that I lost financially, lost everything going into that. And the hard part was after everything I lost, because I was the owner, I was still liable for even more. And so I left it with losing everything, but still having a big burden of debt over my head to take care of. So jump forward a little more. And my son that I had mentioned earlier that lives in Sun Valley, Idaho now, he lived in Park City, Utah for a while. And while he was there, he introduced me to a guy named Kenny Anderson. He told me, Dad, you'll love this guy. He's a successful entrepreneur. He's written a book, all of these different things. And I met Kenny, incredible guy, loved the guy. And I had known him for about 3 years. And one day we were talking on the phone, and I said, you know what, Kenny, I read your book. I know what you used to do. I know now you're doing some real estate, but you're always talking about this other business that you have that kind of funds everything else. I said, I've known you for 3 years and I don't even know what you do. And he says, well, have you ever heard of the company dōTERRA? I said, well, yeah, I have. I actually use their products. I've used their products for about 10 years. And he says, well, I got involved with them at the time, he said about 12 years ago. And he says, I started very skeptical, not really interested in the business, but long story short, he's built himself a multi-million dollar a year business out of this opportunity. And so we got talking about it. Of course, as an entrepreneur, I want to hear more. I want to hear how he did it, what he did, all those things. But my immediate thought was, okay, there's no way. It's great that he's so successful. I love the products, but it's not something that I'm personally interested in. I'm not going to do network marketing. I'm not going to have home parties. I don't want to bug friends and family. I just don't want to be, that person. And so I expressed that to Kenny. I told him that. And he was very low pressure. It made no difference to him whether I jumped in this business or not. But he says, you know what? That's exactly how I felt. I know exactly what you're talking about because that's how I felt. But for myself, I've never had one of those parties in my life. That's not how this works. And he says, you're an entrepreneur. You'll get this once you see it. I said, okay, then let's talk about it. I want to learn more. So then he showed me what he was doing. And that was my epiphany moment. That's when I looked at things very different. What Kenny showed me on how he built a successful business was very different than what I anticipated this whole industry was about. And it wasn't selling, it was helping entrepreneurs build a business, which is exactly what I was doing. When I shut down Kodiak, what I'd been doing for, 5 years previous to that was being a business coach. I was helping entrepreneurs build businesses. And so that was something that after I shut down that business, I continued to do the coaching. And that's how he built his business. He had entrepreneurs that wanted to build a business. He coached them and helped them build a business. And it wasn't about bugging friends and family. It was about attracting the right people who wanted to build a business. And it wasn't about small commissions. It was about building true income that can be there for life. That's when it kind of hit me. I had spent millions of dollars building a business that eventually failed. And here was a business model that required no inventory, no overhead. And they simply had if you want to call it a plug and play system that was already working. So what happened next was I decided to jump in. I thought, I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to see what this is all about. I'm going to see what's possible. And the cool part is not only is it been another business that's creating additional income for myself, but it's also helping me help other people build their businesses, which, as I said, is something that I love to do. I love to work with entrepreneurs. And I've got people that, they start and their goal is an extra $500 a month, or their goal is to pay their mortgage. Or there's some that, you know what, I want to replace my income. And everyone's different. And I love working with people, helping them do that. Now, another cool part was I look at Kenny and some of the other people on our direct team. If you look at doTERRA worldwide, we have the best team available. 4 of the top 10 people doTERRA worldwide are on our team. And they've created the mentorship, the training, and everything that you need to follow their footsteps. Success leaves clues. If you know exactly what the recipe is that someone has done to be successful, if you follow that same recipe, you can do the same things. I want to talk about, let's call it the big domino. I did some coaching for a company called ClickFunnels, Russell Brunson's company, and he talks a lot about the big domino. That coaching that I did, we called it the big domino accountability calls. And what's your big domino today that you need to knock over? That if you knock that over, that's the most important thing today. Everything else is irrelevant. So what's the big thing you need to accomplish? Russell, in his books, he talks about the big domino. What is the big thing you need to accomplish? And so my big domino on this video right now is if I can show you that doTERRA provides a proven, stable system for creating income and time freedom without needing sales experience, needing to be salesy, needing to push family and friends, then there's no reason why you're not going to start your business with us today. So I want to prove this to you, and I want to show you through three secrets that I think will shift your mindset, and you'll see this opportunity that is something that you don't want to pass up. So let's go get into that. First of all, I want to talk about why doTERRA is the perfect vehicle for financial and time freedom. And I want to do that by talking about three things. First of all, doTERRA, the company. Secondly, doTERRA, the products. And third, doTERRA, the business opportunity. And if you get into this with us, I want to go into this a lot more detail with you, but I want to just kind of skim over this for now just to tell you about it. But doTERRA, the company, it is the largest essential oil company in the world. It is proven, it's been around, it's debt-free, it's trusted, it's got incredible people involved in it. One of the things that I love about this company is in an industry like this, most businesses have about a 10% or less retention rate. doTERRA has a 65% plus retention rate. That means their customers are ordering and over again. Let's attribute a lot of that to the products. The products are proven. The products are great. I'd mentioned that I'd used the products for 10 plus years when Kenny and I first talked about it, but I used a few products. I used the On Guard oil and a deep blue and stuff like that. I had no idea the vast array of products. I didn't know they had protein powders. I didn't know they had shampoos, facial products. I didn't know hardly any of the products they actually have. And I've been using them all, and they are all incredible. They're certified pure tested grade. They're the highest grade standard in the industry. The cool part is there's over 10 million users of these products worldwide. And what's amazing with that is 86% of the customers buy the product. They don't do the business part of it. And so why is that important? Well, let's talk about the business opportunity. Right now, doTERRA is a $2 billion company. You know, I've had people say, you know what, it's a huge company. It's been around since 2008. We missed the boat. We don't want to do this because we missed the boat. There's actually never been a better time to be a part of this business because yes, it's grown to a $2 billion company. It's proven itself. It's known. It's got an incredible reputation. But by 2028, it's projected to hit 4 billion. So everything it's done to this point, it's going to double that in the next few years. And with 86% of the people using the product not doing the business, for those of us that are doing the business, that's amazing. It's going to be huge. So now is the best time to do this. It's true income. There's 5 different ways that you get paid in doTERRA. We'll go into more of that in other videos and whatnot. There's no inventory. There's no overhead. The global growth of this is incredible. You can have teams right now. I've got teams in Canada, the US, the Philippines, Australia. We've got teams all over the place. Now, one of the other misconceptions is people saying, I can't do it. I'm not a salesperson. That's why we want you to use the power of this system. Your job is to get people interested, people that want to build the business. Yeah, you're going to get people that want the product, which is great. We want those people. Those are the people that keep the business going. But we want people that want to grow the business and learn about the business side of it. We don't want you to do that on your own. If you start with us today and you go to someone you know tomorrow and you know what, this person is a great entrepreneur, they would be great at building this business, they're not going to look at you and say, oh, you've been in this for a day. You are the expert in this industry. So that's why we're here to help you. I want to get on calls with you and your leads to help you build your team. And we are here to help you. As I've mentioned earlier, 4 of the top 10 people in the entire world are on our team. Kenny has been an incredible mentor for me. Elise Sedevi is the highest ranked wellness advocate in the world. She's on our team. I'm going to talk a little bit more about her in a second because some of the tools she's given us are unbelievable. So I talk about the plug and play model. Some of the things we've done to help you to be successful in this is I've created an exclusive membership area with training, tools, resources to help you be successful. That is exclusively to people on my team. And we want you to use it. We want you to use it. We want the people that you bring onto our team to use it to be successful. To learn more about how to do it, what works, what doesn't work. Now, I talked about Elise Sedeby. Elise Sedeby is the highest ranked person, highest earner in the entire world. She started her business doing the parties that we talked about. She was very successful with that, but she's changed her course. She's created an app. She's created lead generation tools, social media lead generation tools, all those things now. And she's doing it that way with her team. And because we're on her team, we have free access to all of that, which means you get free access to all of that. So we've got the 4-week win challenge. We've got the social media lead generation tools. We've got all of these that eliminate the salesy part, that allow you to build your business with these tools and resources. And again, 65% plus retention rate. As people come in, people will stay. We want to help you to build a team, to be successful, so that not only are you making additional income, creating more time freedom, but so are those that you're bringing in with you. We want to help you do it throughout the whole model. Depending on what you've done, maybe this is your first entrepreneurial journey. Maybe it's you've been in a position like me where you've started multiple companies. One of the beautiful things about this business is low cost compared to traditional businesses. You know, a friend and I recently looked at a business opportunity to buy a franchise. And there was 2 locations we were looking at, and between the 2 locations, it was going to cost us just shy of $1 million. Huge investment. And, you know, most franchises, it's pretty low return on investment. dōTERRA startup costs under $200. So let me tell you a little bit about that. I want to get into more about how the business opportunity works, but tell you a little bit about this because it's important as you do the business. Your commitment isn't to invest a bunch of money, invest in a bunch of inventory, stuff like that. Your only commitment is that you are going to buy some products every month. And that might be some laundry detergent. That might be your vitamins. It might be shampoo. It's going to be things that you're using anyways. So every product that dōTERRA has is given a PV value, a personal volume. And depending on the product, some of it's 1-to-1. You know, $30 equals 30 PV. Some of it is different. The protein powders are something like $40 and it's worth 25 PV, whatever it is. Your commitment is 100 PV per month. That doesn't matter if you're starting or you're making $100,000 a month. Your commitment is you will buy 100 PV a month. You've always got to have that entered in the system so that you qualify to earn your commissions. But about 3 days before your order every month, you get a notification to remind you. So if you want to go in and change what's on that order, you can do that. But that's the only commitment that you're making, is you're going to order 100 PV per month. And, you know, I shut my company down. Everything that I had invested was gone. If you decide to not do this business, you just quit ordering. There's no long-term commitment. There's no big investment into this. And you're getting great product out of it when you're doing it. So the low startup cost is big. Earning potential. As I said, top earners are literally earning millions of dollars a year. And a lot of those are directly on our team. So what is it you want? Do you want to sell enough that you just get some free product every month? Your 100 PV is paid for? Or what would an extra $500 a month mean to you? What would enough to cover your mortgage payment mean to you? Or maybe you're thinking, I want to replace my income. And then after that, I want to double my income. It's what you want to do. And we're here to help you build that. Kenny told me when I started, he says, you want to walk with this? I'll walk with you. You want to run with it? I'll run with you. Whatever you want to build, we're here to help you do that. There's no, financial burden. You just stop ordering if you don't want to do it. There's no risk. There's no high pressure, none of those things. So if this is something that you want to do with us, we are here to help you be successful. We're building this team one way or another. It's whether you want to jump in and do it with us or not. And obviously, as we continue to grow this, the sooner you jump in, the sooner you're going to find success, because you're going to build your team, but you're going to find that other people that are in ahead of you are going to start placing people on your team for you as well. That's just how it works. Everyone is in it to help each other be successful. So there's a few things I want to tell you about as we go through this. To start off, I want to be there for you, that I can help you get on a one-on-one call, help you understand the business more, help you understand what is the next step that I need to take to do this. And so what I've done is I've set this up. There's a link below that you're going to be able to sign up, and you're going to start by ordering the Foundation Wellness Bundle. And when we talk, I'll tell you some of the testimonials of this product that we've had, but it's your vitamins, minerals, greens, your omegas. It's an incredible bundle of products that is going to be a great product. I'm going to be taking them the rest of my life. I know my parents are, and family, everyone. But we'll start you off with the Foundation Wellness Bundle. If you want to buy more product, I'll show you how and where you can do that. We'll show you more about the rewards, how you get rewards points every time you order, all of those different things. I want to teach you the business. I want to teach you about the products, everything I can to make you successful. But to start off, I want to click below. You're going to be able to order the Foundation Wellness Bundle. As a wellness advocate, you'll be able to get 25% off everything you order. Then I'm also going to set you up on the 4-week win challenge. This is part of Elise Sedavi's app that she created. It's a program that helps you create success habits, routines, accountability. It's incredible. I've replaced a lot of my accountability coaches that I was doing with entrepreneurs with the 4-week win challenge. So you're looking at the Foundation Wellness Bundle, $149. You're looking at the 4-week win challenge. It's worth at least $197. I'm going to throw in some other things to help you be successful as well. I'm going to throw in my High Achievers Mindset Secrets program, which I sell for $997. I'm going to give you access to that for free. It's a program that's going to help you be successful and create success habits and have the mindset that's going to help you be successful in this business. Along with that, as I said, I want to give you the exclusive membership area where I'm adding trainings usually on a weekly basis to help you be more successful, to help you know how to make this work. And then after that, let's get on a call. I want to get on a one-on-one call, find out what you want to get out of this. What are your goals? And share some strategies on how we can make sure that you achieve those goals. So a couple things I want to just talk about just to wrap things up. One of the things I hear a lot is, I don't have time. That's exactly what we want to hear. We want to show you how, without the time that you think you need to do this, you can still be successful. It works in pockets of your day. If you can focus on 15 minutes of working on this, then that's where we'll be successful. We'll show you how to be successful in 15 minutes. If you want to put 4 hours a day into it, we'll show you how to be successful doing that. It's doing income producing activities in the time that you have, but we can help you do that. I don't know enough people. That's also another thing that we get a lot. Now, we've got the social media and attraction marketing resources that are going to give you different options to help you do that. So again, Elise has some incredible training. I've got the exclusive membership area. We've got so many things that are going to help you to be successful in that. I don't like selling. We're building teams. The selling part literally takes care of itself. 65% of the people, the retention rate is unbelievable. So click the button below, join our team, get the Foundation Wellness Bundle to start. Let's get on a one-on-one call and create a strategy on how you're going to be successful in this business. I really want to work with you. I really want to help you become successful and be part of a successful team. As I said earlier, we're building this team regardless. We want you to be a part of it. It's whether or not you want to jump in with us or not. If you have any questions, I'm going to be available. I'll put my information below, but my email is jeff@jeffhagee.com. I want to help you do this, so I'll make myself available to you. Have a good one.